Codemasters has been the master of rally racing since 1998. It threads the needle of being accessible without losing what makes the sport unique, like having to follow a co-pilot's directions. The more realistic Dirt Rally launched in 2015, which leaves the base Dirt series to be a little more forgiving. Dirt 5 is yet another lap in this arcade-style direction. Its Game Pass debut came less than a month ago, so we are at the starting line to see if Dirt 5 is a Game Pass or a game fail. Let's get the elephant out of the room first. Other than the fact that you're mostly racing off-road, Dirt 5 has little in common with its predecessors. The stage-based time trials bold have been removed and replaced with races against other drivers. Swapping paint with other cars certainly ratchets up the intensity, but it's not the least bit realistic. One thing that hasn't changed is that a single mistake can send you from first to last in a heartbeat. Flashback rewinds to correct mistakes have also been removed, but the races are shorter and self-contained to help balance the difficulty. There are lots of different race types, though most of them just vary the vehicles and tracks available. None of them get much of an explanation beyond a quick cutscene, so if one doesn't click with you, good luck. The lone exception is the drift-based Gymkhana mode. It's hard as nails and the tutorial doesn't help much. There's also a surprisingly deep arena creator, but the interface is clunky, especially with a controller. The split screen and online multiplayer options are stock OEM. Most of our time has been spent in the career mode, which makes a half-hearted attempt at telling a story. A hot upstart driver has come on the scene, but his domination is so complete that he's lost his love for the sport. It's up to you to whop his butt and make him care again.
There you go, boom, main event.
It's a simple setup that works, but the gameplay isn't really tied to it in any convincing way. There's a series of mini podcasts where you can listen to Nolan North and Troy Baker babble on about racing that's surprisingly enjoyable, even if it means that you have to wait in the menus instead of actually racing.
I have a lot of respect for AJ, things he's been able to accomplish, but I think he's had his best races.
One surprise is the lack of challenge. We regularly finish 5 to 10 seconds ahead of second place in most races on the default difficulty. Bumping it up to hard makes it more competitive until you buy a better vehicle, then the challenge melts away once again. It's only truly demanding in the back half of the campaign, but even then, some race types are just too painless. It's clear why Dirt 5 launched alongside PS5 and Xbox Series X. It's gorgeous. Even though you'll play through the same tracks multiple times, simple changes in the weather and lighting can make them look completely different. Any discussion of driving games on Game Pass has to start with Forza. Forza Motorsport 7 is a quality racing sim, if a little bland. Forza Horizon 4 is not only a great open-world racing game, but one of the best games on Game Pass in any genre. There isn't much else beyond these two excellent releases. Wreckfest is a spiritual successor to Destruction Derby. It doesn't have a lot of depth, but it's different and fun. That's all for Game Pass on PC, but console has Assetto Corsa, an even more technical sim than Forza. If you're into the racing genre, it's slim pickings on Game Pass. Now it's time to find out, is Dirt 5 a Game Pass or a game fail?
No pressure.
Codemasters has an impressive pedigree in racing games, so much so that EA just spent $1.2 billion to buy it. Dirt 5 isn't particularly realistic, and it's vastly different from other games in the franchise, but it's a solid racer that looks great and plays just as well. In a genre with few options on Game Pass, and even fewer that look this good, Dirt 5 gets a Game Pass. To celebrate Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda, we're feeding the list of 18 Bethesda games into the randomizer for next week's show, and it selects Dishonored.